What is going on with my YouTube fan, man? I hope y'all are having a splendid day, man. It's your boy Unfall tapping back in with another vid for y'all. We're about to be reacting to Vince Carter's about to be telling us a story, a Michael Jordan story that apparently is going to expose LeBron, man. Y'all know I'm a really big LeBron fan, and on this channel I've been reacting to that NBA era that I never lived through and I never got to see, you know what I'm saying? So we're going back, reacting to it, man. If y'all into those types of vids, man, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell, man. So you don't miss any of the vids. Let's get right into this banger video of Vince Carter telling us a Michael Jordan story. Let's go.
That's your problem. Ain't nobody playing but you. You walk up and down the street all day playing. That's your problem. Ain't nobody playing but you.
Oh, nah, they shredded Jerry McCain right now.
Playing.
And I want my damn respect, too.
You are a person I do not respect. The things you say, your actions, your methods and style, everything you would do, I would do it the opposite
Off the
way.
rip,
And the more I've gotten to know you, the less I've come to respect you.
And it's just basketball.
Hey, man, our common sense vids. You know what I'm saying,
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic.
That's what we're reacting to today, man. You feel me? Let's get into it.
Welcome back, my people. Welcome back. If my voice sounds a bit scratchy, it's because I'm a little bit under the weather, but the show must go on. So recently, the Cousins podcast with Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter had an episode where they were telling some MJ stories.
Okay, that's dope.
And Tracy McGrady told a story about betting with Michael Jordan. I guess they were betting on the Roy Jones Jr. versus Tarver fight. And according to Tracy McGrady, he won 20 grand from MJ, in which they hung out later that night after the fight and said MJ handed him a bag with $20,000 in it cash. And so
it's serious.
I wasn't really particularly interested in the story that Tracy McGrady told, and it's probably because I don't look at Tracy McGrady the way I used to. Now he looks more like a clown to me, with everything that has been going on with him trying to rewrite history in regards to Kobe Bryant.
Right.
But after his story, Vince Carter told a story that I thought was a great story, and I felt we needed to talk about, because not only does it expose LeBron James, it exposes everyone in the I Want My Respect club. LeBron James, Isaiah Thomas, Scottie Pippen, Kevin Durant, take your pick. So without further ado, my people, let's check out this clip, and we will be right back.
Oh, man. My MJ story, well, obviously I have the All-Star MJ, which I've well documented, talked about giving him my All-Star spot, which I felt like he deserved anyway, because this was his last All-Star game, and he didn't disappoint. But my story goes back to college. MJ coming back to play pickup in college, back at Carolina. And well document how the former players will come back and play pickup just like you did to come play pickup. Well, MJ comes in one day, and it was his turn, obviously, when he was like, I got next. He jumped everybody. And he picked all of the walk-ons.
Okay.
And didn't come off the court the rest of the day.
Spanking y'all.
All of a sudden, you seeing walk-on players doing stuff like, bro, first of all, where'd you get this game from all of a sudden? It's just who he is, his aura, and how...
His aura.
He just uplifts.
Heard that chat? His aura. Oh, my gosh. Man.
We see the story with Steve Kerr's like, hey, you pass it to me, I'll be ready. Like, it was one of those. And these guys didn't disappoint. And just to see how his mentality at that point, reading about that's how old it was, reading about MJ and his mentality in professional games, and then seeing him walk into our gym, the same mentality. He calling shots.
Wow.
I watched.
I mean, that just tells you a thing or two about Michael Jordan, man. The fact that he would always come in with a fierce mentality to come in, dominate, and improve, man. You know what I'm saying? That's good.
This man destroyed one of our guys. Well, he was a former player playing in the league.
Okay.
Saw him a couple of days ago. Watched him destroy this guy on the court in preseason. I mean, in the summer.
Yeah.
Calling shots, talking to everybody on the sideline what he's gonna do. Like, that was MJ, and it was so dope to watch because, like, oh, I want that.
Was it
And we all want
always
that, but
like
at the
that?
same time, in reality,
That's my question, Chad. Was Michael Jordan always like this, calling shots? Like, I just recently reacted to a Larry Bird video on my channel, man, and Larry Bird was just like, I'm about to make this shot right here, and I'm gonna make it in your face. And I was like, what? Larry Bird about to do that? And he went up and did it for the game winner. Bro, like, is Michael Jordan really in that same type of timing when it comes to trash talk too? I know that, man. Chad, let me know down below what y'all think.
he got it like that. But it was just
With the
that
trash talk, Mike
you
Jordan?
hear about it,
Mike
like
Jordan?
you got to see it in person. Like, we got to see that dude do his thing.
Yeah.
Not outside of 20,000 people. Like, 20,000 people, MJ is MJ, whatever. But we got to see
Right.
Oh,
who
wow.
MJ is.
Yeah.
When he
Fade
played
away on
pickup,
two.
and like it was crazy to see, man. Like, and to guard him. So that was my first time getting to guard him, and obviously playing him
gosh,
as a pro. He's still like,
Mike aura is unmatched, bro.
Yeah, so I love this
aura,
story from
bro.
Vince Carter here. So
Wow.
he basically talks about when he was
Old
still in
head saying
college
got aura.
and MJ came back to North Carolina to play some pickup ball. Now, one of the first things he says is that MJ called next, and when it was MJ's turn to get up, MJ picked all the walk-ons. Now, this is already different from what you would expect LeBron James to do, because if this was LeBron James, you would expect him to go in the gym and pick all the best players he can possibly play. No, MJ goes into the gym and picks all of the walk-ons. And Vince Carter says with the walk-ons, MJ didn't get off the court for the rest of the time. Now, another thing he said he was seeing these walk-ons do things that he's never seen them do. He was like, where is this game at? So these guys elevated their game because they were playing with MJ, and he brought up the Steve Kerr thing. He brought up the Steve Kerr during the playoffs when Michael Jordan leaned over to Steve Kerr and said, "Hey, if they double team me, I'm passing it to you." And Steve Kerr said, "Hey, I'll be ready. If you have to pass it to me, I'll be ready." And so Vince Carter compared it to that. And so what this makes me think about is the reverence and respect that Michael Jordan earned over his career. It made me think about the fact that when you set a standard for yourself and for others, and people recognize that they know what to expect. In other words, they know, hey, if I'm on a team with this guy, I got to bring my all because I know what this guy is about. And obviously, this translated even outside the NBA.
Wow.
And so, again, when we're talking about leadership, when we are talking about leadership and making your teammates better is not just passing them the ball like people who are supporters of LeBron James would have you believe. No, leadership is making players want to be the best version of themselves, making players want to give their all for their leader. That's what leadership is about. It's making players, like Kobe Bryant said, is making players want to spend an extra hour in the gym outside of practice.
I see what he's
so
trying
that
to
they
say.
can make
Leadership, not passing the ball. It's having them like all listen up to the leader. You feel me? Okay, I see what he's saying. Is that really the type of time that Michael Jordan was on with the Bulls though? Like, was he really training them like that, man? Hey, man, that's crazy work.
Sure,
bro.
they're ready to hit that shot if they get that pass.
I see
That's
what,
what
that's a solid
leadership
point.
is. And so
like
because
that. I
of
agree
how
with it,
Michael
man.
Jordan conducted himself in his career, because of the things that we all saw as fans watching Michael Jordan, the fact that he never ever gave up, the fact that he was always relentless. It's like if he walked into a gym in any of our cities and we were happened to be lucky enough to get to play with Michael Jordan, we all know what to expect. And I would dare say, if I didn't think I could give my 100%, I wouldn't even step on the court to play with MJ.
Wow. What? You want to step on a court to play with MJ? How you know?
That's what he expects. You know what to expect based on what you know about MJ.
Okay.
And so he talks about watching MJ destroy a former NBA player who was down at these runs. And he said MJ was talking to the sidelines, telling people what move he was gonna do to this guy and pulling it off. And Vince Carter said it was amazing. And we all want to be like that, but we aren't all like that.
We aren't all
Vince Carter said we all want to be like that, but we aren't all like that. Shout out to Vince Carter.
Interesting, Chad. What do y'all really think that means? What do y'all really think he's trying to say with that saying there?
And this is why I will always have much more respect for Vince Carter than his cousin. Because Vince Carter, during his NBA career, for those who remember, there were times where people questioned or may have said Vince Carter was a little soft or questioned where his heart was, because number one, if you are getting MJ comparisons, you are getting comparisons to perfection in every way, not just skill and athleticism and ability, but also your heart and mentality. It has to match up in every single way. Woo! And so Vince Carter was getting these kind of criticisms. Like, you know, people were questioning his heart at different times in his career. But Vince Carter recognizes that, hey, not everybody is like MJ. And so this goes back to Tracy McGrady and him clapping back.
Tracy McGrady had so many clutch moments back in the 2000s, man. I didn't even watch the 2000s ball like that. But when I seen highlights, bro, T-Mac on a diff level. Bro.
Byron Scott, because Byron Scott was on a panel in which someone asked him some kind of question about Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady. And Byron Scott's reply was, hey, look.
Let's go to Byron, AC Green, Josh Powell. We did a live panel show. And Byron mentioned, it was a question in the audience. Byron mentioned
Scott
to the effect that Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady was probably more talented than Kobe, but they couldn't outwork Kobe. Well, T-Mac jumped in and responded on the post. And I quote, "Some people don't know how dumb that sounds."
Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady may have been more talented than Kobe, but they couldn't outwork him. And Tracy McGrady got
talented, yeah, they definitely had a lot more flashy dunks and plays and whatnot than Kobe. Like, like outworking Kobe, that dude was hooping 3 times a day, morning, middle, and night. Like, nothing was stopping Kobe, bro.
Upset about that, so much so that he felt the need to actually reply in the comments and said something to the effect that whoever believes this is really stupid or dumb or something like that, instead of just accepting that not everybody is like Kobe Bryant. In fact, probably 99.9% of people are not going to have the work ethic of a Kobe Bryant or a Michael Jordan. That's just the way it is. And so when you think about Michael Jordan, think about how rare it is to have all the qualities that Michael Jordan has in one person. You're talking about the athleticism. You're talking about the drive. You're talking about the competitive nature. And you're talking about the motor of someone like a MJ. You know, when I talk about the drive, I'm talking about the drive to work hard, to work as hard as you possibly can to truly maximize whatever your gifts is. And when we're talking about the motor of an MJ, We're talking about the stories where we hear of MJ of playing cards till 3 and 4 and 5 in the morning and still getting up and dropping 40 points the next night.
Okay, dang, bro.
So,
I mean, I'll tell you what, bro. Michael Jordan's
MJ
definitely an impressive player, bro, and like his leadership's definitely like out beyond a lot of players, man. And Kobe and Michael Jordan, bro. There's not much that's stopping them to as players, man.
Ended up with all those qualities.
But I'm kind of curious, like, how does this expose LeBron? Have we really got into that part, chat?
Will have one or two of those qualities. You got athletes who get by solely on their athleticism. You might have some that have the drive, but they don't really have the motor and the athleticism. You know, you have some that may have the work ethic, but again, they don't have the athleticism or something else.
Okay.
But most people aren't going to get all of those things compacted into one person. But this is Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan or a farmman, always doing something, bro.
Maximum athleticism, maximum competitive nature, maximum drive, and a maximum motor, so that the guy, it appears that he never got tired. I mean, if you think about, if anyone has seen the 92 Dream Team documentary, and Magic Johnson talks about
92 Dream Team documentary. How in the world do I not know about this being like a basketball reaction channel? Chat, if that's a video on YouTube, how long is it and should I react to it? Is it good? Like, what's y'all's thoughts on that, chat? If that's something good for me to react to, man, definitely paste that down below in the comment section, man. And if we get this video to 100 likes, man, that's the goal for this vid, man. We're gonna do it.
Out playing cards with
Let's
MJ to like 4 in the morning.
You're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Let's go.
And Magic said, "Hey, I can't do that. I can't stay up that late and still perform my best." But this was MJ. There are stories of MJ drinking several beers before a game and dropping 40. I mean, the guy just had a motor that didn't quit. So,
wow, man.
Yes, we all wish that
this dude was born like a 99 Civic at heart, man, from how reliable this dude was moving, chat.
We're built like MJ, but the fact of the matter is the majority of people are not, and you have to accept it. Now, you can do as much as you can to maximize your ability, but not everyone has all of those things in one package. And all of those things are part of what made MJ who he is.
How can
and so
you
the
disagree
last
with that,
thing
man?
that
there's nothing you can disagree with that there, man.
Vince Carter says that what was so great about that, he said, we got to see MJ for who he is. He said, seeing him in front of 20,000 people is one thing, but seeing him in a pickup game to see that he is the exact same way. And this is very important for so many reasons, people. Because on this channel, I've said several times, I can't remember where the saying originated, but one of my favorite sayings is, how you do anything is how you do everything. And so the fact that all of these stories about MJ's competitive nature, they never change. It doesn't matter what setting it's in. It doesn't matter if it's in the regular season or the playoffs. It doesn't matter if it's in a regular season or a practice game. It doesn't matter if it's in a practice game or a pickup game. MJ is always the same. It is always game on. It is always game 7. And this is precisely the reason why MJ was so great. This is because it never turned off.
Wow, man.
So unlike LeBron James, the duck, the deer, the leader of the 4 and 6 kingdom, who likes to tweet out stuff like activate playoff mode or playoff mode activated, no, LeBron, is either you are like that all the time or you are going to fall short. Because the more practice you get at being on all of the time, then you build a habit of being at your best all of the time.
Okay. Dang, bro.
Let me say this one more time for LeBron James fanboys. The more that you practice being at your best all of the time, you develop a habit of being at your best.
Did LeBron just throw a tantrum on the floor?
For LeBron James fanboys, the more that you practice being at your best all of the time,
is this a grown man on his knees right now? What are we doing? Genuinely, what are we doing?
Of being at your best all of the time, meaning you don't have to activate playoff mode. Playoff mode is always on, LeBron James fanboy. But anyway,
he just did a little finger peek with his hand. I'm weak, man.
We gonna hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What did you think of the story from Vince Carter about MJ? And actually, really quick before we get out of here, one more thing that I want to say is, it's okay not to be MJ. This is the problem with LeBron James. This is the problem with Scottie Pippen and so many others, is they want to be something they are just not.
Nah,
this is what I respect about Vince.
I can't watch that video. That's a sick video. I can't watch that. What in the world am I witnessing, man? All I'm gonna say is, bro, Michael Jordan's insane, man. Vince Carter's story was definitely interesting, man, and just the fact that Michael Jordan was always so dominant, so confident, such a leader on his team, man, definitely just shows how he outshines a lot of other players, man. I guess I'm starting to learn a thing or two, you know what I'm saying, as a LeBron fan. But honestly, LeBron's really not even, like, y'all look at him as like the top 100 worst players of all time we've seen in the NBA. Like, LeBron is clearly top 3. Okay, so we'll leave it there, man. With that being said, man, if y'all did like today's video, hit that like button down below. Comment down below other videos like this. And thank y'all to 2 times for the recommendation, man. Give me more recommendations like this so I can react to it for y'all, man. Hey, have a good day. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in any of the vids. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Yes, sir.